Hello, everyone. This is Marcio Cardoso here. I am a huge supporter of the Bernie Sanders, just as big as it gets. And I just want to say why I'm voting for Bernie. There's a lot of reasons why. I like his proposals. I think his proposal on healthcare is the best one. And people might say, oh, you want to get rid of Obamacare. That's not true. I voted for Obama. I like Obama. Heck, I even like Hillary enough. Like Obama said, you're likable enough, Hillary. But, and I have Obamacare. I actually have Obamacare right now, and it's helping me out. It's saving me some money. But the end game can't be Obamacare. That's just a step in the right direction. I think even Obama would admit that, privately anyway. I think the end game is clearly a single-payer medical for all system, which is what Bernie wants. Hillary's saying this is bad. This is bad. Truth is, I think Hillary knows this is very popular with a lot of Democrats, and Hillary doesn't want it to sound great because she wants to get elected. I get it. Being president is a great honor. She could be the first woman to do it. I get it. But that position, to me, you gotta want that. Even if that's not something that can happen, wanting something that high, you may not get that, but you're gonna get something that's not far below. If you're willing to just keep the status quo, fighting to keep the status quo is really tough in my opinion. Once you make something big, and Obamacare was a big deal that did a lot of good things, now you gotta go to the next step and demand even more. And even if you don't get single payer, you'll get something that's even better than what Obamacare is now, as opposed to just keeping it the same. Because if you fight to just keep it the same, you might end up losing a few things. But if you fight to improve upon it, you may not get single payer right away, but you'll get something even better than what Obamacare is now. That's why I'm a progressive, and that's why I'm supporting Bernie. But that's just part of it. This is the big one. I've always said this. This matters. You work for who writes the checks. Your job is to serve the people who write the checks. That's what it's always about. Who writes the checks? You know? Oh, I work for the people because they voted for me. You work for who writes the checks. That's in the private sector, and it's true in the public sector as well. Who finances your campaign? You look at Hillary. You look at just about everybody, except for Bernie and except for Donald Trump. Hillary, just about all the Republicans, and even Obama when he ran too. And I still like the guy, but he did this too, and I didn't care for this. I didn't like this. They take a lot of money from super PACs. Super PAC is a way to get around a loophole, because technically no person can donate more than $2,700 for a primary and then another $2,700 for a general. But there's the greatest and the obvious loophole of the super PACs where you can donate really as much as you want. And Hillary Clinton has super PACs, and the people who are donating to those super PACs are people who kind of screwed us up last time. The Goldman Sachs people, the big banks, they're giving a lot to her. They're giving a lot to Republicans too. They're giving to Republicans and yet her. And they gave to Obama as well. And as was pointed out by Bernie Sanders, Obama had a Goldman Sachs person as his Secretary of Treasury, his first person, Timothy Geithner. Hillary has also a lot of people in that same camp. Then you look at Bernie. And, you know, this is where he's obviously different from Trump because, yeah, Trump has no super PACs, but he's a billionaire, so he can spend his own money. Bernie, not a billionaire, not a millionaire. He needs to raise money, but he's not taking it from super PACs. He's taking it the old-fashioned way, regular donations from regular people. His average contribution is about 20-something bucks. I myself, I loved Obama, but I didn't give him any money. I knew he was going to get plenty. Bernie's different. He needs everything he can get. I gave him 10 bucks. I can't give him any more. And they keep emailing me, hey, give us more, give us more. Hey, I gave you 10. Be happy. But, you know, I get it. That's a big deal. He's going to truly work for the people because that's who's financing his campaign. The people are financing his campaign. That's not happening with anybody else. Everyone else is taking big money. Donald Trump, he is big money. Bernie is the one guy who's taken regular money from regular folks. So when he says he's going to try to do something, he means it. He means it because he's taking the money from those people he's trying to help. He's not taking billionaire Goldman Sachs money. He's not taking super PAC money. He's taking regular money from regular people. And I like to think of myself as a regular guy. I mean, look at this beard. No elitist would have something like this. I mean, seriously, think about it. I mean, this is almost as roughed up as what Bernie has up here, you know? Although he's got a little bit more up here than I do, as you can see. I don't have a whole lot up here. He's doing a little bit better up there, so I give him credit for that. You know? But point still stands. Bernie says what he means and means what he says because look who's financing his campaign. People, regular people. And then you look at his positions, like was mentioned in healthcare. You look at his positions with tuition. Public colleges, making them tuition free, that's a big deal. If you're someone like me, now you can actually go to college and make it work. You know, you just go to a college near home. If you go to a college near home, now you don't have to worry about paying for room and board. And if it's tuition free, that's out of the way, so your only major payment is books. You know? And books can be a little expensive, but it's manageable. And that's how you get around it. And you need an education now. That's how you do it. Bernie's giving you an opportunity and a path towards it. Hillary says, oh, can't do that. It's not good. It's not good. Why is that not good? It's very necessary, especially in the 21st century economy. Bernie's not perfect. You know, he can get a little angry sometimes. I get it. You know, his messaging the other day about, establishment, Planned Parenthood, whatever that was, didn't sound normal. And more importantly, his position on guns, you know, people can debate that, understandably so. You know, I probably don't really agree entirely with his position on guns. He, of course, comes from Vermont, a state with very little gun control. I'm from California, a state with a lot more gun control. But you know, what are you going to do? At least he's trying to come from it from an honest perspective. I may not entirely agree with his position on guns, but is he going to allow AR-15s for everybody? No. He got a D- in the NRA. I know it's great to get an F, but he got a D-. Yeah, he's got some positions on guns like, you know, the Brady Bill. I didn't sign the Brady Bill. Probably would have been a good idea to sign the Brady Bill, but again, he's not like Ted Cruz and Donald Trump saying AR-15s, AK-47s, they should be legal. You know, background checks, that's just the government saying they want your guns. Bernie's not saying that. So even on issues where you disagree with him, you can respect where he's coming from. But on so many issues, he makes so much sense. And you know he's going to fight for them because he's going to fight for us. And you know he's going to fight for us because we're paying for him to fight for us, not Goldman Sachs, not the big business, not these super PACs. No one else is doing that in this race. And really, when is the last time someone has done that? This election is very important. You don't want Trump being president. You really don't want any Republican, in my opinion. Hillary seems, fine. But when she keeps saying, I'm going to fight for the status quo, no one should fight for the status quo. That's why I liked Obama. He didn't fight for the status quo. He fought to try to make things better. And I think he did, a little bit. Not perfect. But, Obamacare, his main thing, was a step in the right direction. Now, you got to keep up the progress. That's why it's important to retain the White House if you're a Democrat. Not to keep it the way it is. No, because Obama made good little progress, yes, but you don't want to just hold on to that. You want to keep pushing. Keep pushing it. If you go with Hillary, you're just staying put. And if you're just staying put, in reality, you're getting worse. Because if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And staying put really is just getting worse. And why does Hillary want us to stay put? Well, again, look who's financing her campaign. And then look who's financing Bernie's. I think the choice is fairly clear. I think it's obvious it's very clear. He has different ideas than her. Her ideas aren't terrible. I think his ideas are better. And I think the reason why his ideas are better is because he isn't beholden to any major bank trying to hold him back. And that matters. Just like this election matters. That's why I'm voting for Bernie. And I hope you do too. Feel the burn. Peace out.